The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system, stretching over 2,300 kilometers along the northeast coast of Australia. It is a natural wonder, teeming with diverse marine life and vibrant coral formations. The Great Barrier Reef is a collection of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands. It began forming about 20 million years ago, with its current structure evolving over the last 8,000 years. The reef is made up of billions of tiny organisms known as coral polyps. These polyps secrete calcium carbonate, which forms the hard, protective structure of the reef. The reef is home to an astonishing array of biodiversity. It supports over 1,500 species of fish, 411 types of hard coral, and various other marine creatures, making it one of the most complex natural ecosystems in the world. Corals are the backbone of the Great Barrier Reef. They are tiny, soft-bodied organisms related to sea anemones and jellyfish. Coral species in the Great Barrier Reef are divided into two main types: hard corals and soft corals. Hard corals, such as brain coral and staghorn coral, build the reef structure by secreting calcium carbonate. Soft corals, like sea fans and sea whips, do not produce a hard skeleton but add to the reef's diversity and aesthetic. Herbivorous fish, such as parrotfish and surgeonfish, help control algae growth, which could otherwise suffocate the corals. The reef teems with colorful and diverse fish species, from the tiny clownfish to the large and majestic barracuda. clownfish, the most recognized inhabitants of the Great Barrier Reef. These small, brightly colored fish have a symbiotic relationship with sea anemones. The anemone's tentacles provide protection for the clownfish, while the clownfish keep the anemone clean and provide it with nutrients through their waste. Parrotfish are vital to the health of the reef. They feed on algae that can otherwise smother the coral, and their grazing helps maintain the balance of the ecosystem. Parrotfish are named for their beak-like teeth, which they use to scrape algae off the coral. The Great Barrier Reef is a critical habitat for many marine mammals, including dolphins and several species of whales. The dwarf minke whale, for instance, migrates to the reef's waters during the winter months. Dugongs, also known as sea cows, are marine mammals closely related to manatees. They feed primarily on seagrass and can often be found in the shallow coastal waters of the Great Barrier Reef. Carnivorous species, like groupers and sharks, are essential for maintaining the balance of the reef's food web. Several species of reef sharks, including the blacktip, whitetip, and gray reef sharks, inhabit the Great Barrier Reef. These sharks are essential apex predators, helping to maintain the balance of marine life within the reef ecosystem. Invertebrates make up a significant portion of the reef's inhabitants. Species like starfish, sea urchins, mollusks, and crustaceans play crucial roles in the reef's ecosystem. The crown-of-thorns starfish, however, is an infamous predator of coral polyps and is one of the most significant natural threats to the reef. Managing its population is a constant challenge for conservationists. The reef is a vital nesting ground for 6 of the world's 7 species of sea turtles, including the green and loggerhead turtles. These ancient mariners rely on the reef for feeding and breeding, with many returning to the same beaches where they were hatched to lay their eggs. The survival of these turtles is closely tied to the health of the reef's ecosystems. Though often overlooked, seabirds are integral to the reef's ecosystem. The islands and cays of the Great Barrier Reef provide nesting sites for over 200 species of birds. Their droppings contribute essential nutrients to the reef's waters, supporting the growth of plankton and other marine life at the base of the food chain. One of the most significant threats to the Great Barrier Reef is climate change. Rising sea temperatures cause coral bleaching, where corals expel the symbiotic algae living in their tissues, leading to a loss of color and vital nutrients. Prolonged bleaching can result in coral death. Increased levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere lead to ocean acidification, which affects the ability of corals to produce their calcium carbonate skeletons. This weakens the reef structure and makes it more susceptible to damage. Pollution from agricultural runoff, plastic waste, and oil spills can have devastating effects on the Great Barrier Reef. Overfishing and destructive fishing practices, such as blast fishing and trawling, pose significant threats to the reef's marine life.